Okay, coming to you live. Let's get this bad boy pumping, just getting some music happening and get into state. Because once you do these things, you can't just rock up there. You need to get yourself into state, get yourself rocking and rolling and get everything pumping. Have a look at the background of that firstly. I can't get enough of this place. It's absolutely awesome. So while everyone's jumping on, let's go. Welcome, welcome. Got some tunes pumping. I'm just going to get a glass of water. Give me a second. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Thank you to have everyone on. Just having some amino acids while I'm going to get this banging out. Because after I speak to you all, I'm going to go and pump out a session. Been a little bit challenged with a health condition lately. And this is going to be very applicable about what I'm going to actually talk to you guys about when you actually name something. Shiwada, how are you, my good friend? When you actually name something or name a sickness, give it a name, you're giving it power, yeah? So I have a so-called blood condition, and this blood condition is saying to me that, you know, obviously that I have to take medications and so on and so forth. So let me just crank that up. So I'm actually fighting a very serious blood condition without any medication and just with my own mind and pure thoughts, and obviously just focusing on it that I don't have it, and you know, your body's going through shock. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm just making sure everyone's getting on. So thank you, Shawada, Maddie, Tara, and Hu. How are you? How are you, Tara? Good to have you. I haven't heard from you for a while, so it's awesome to have you on. Do you like my? I've got the green screen today, so you guys can get a bit of a backdrop. Check that out. Awesome stuff. Brendan, how are you, man? Just give everyone a little bit more time to get on. So firstly, the whole purpose of this, I'm going to do. Let me turn this down for a moment. I'm going to do a little bit of a disclaimer. Everything that I say, everything that I do, it's not to offend anyone. It's through my own life experience. It's through experience of feedback that I've got from some of the greatest minds in the world. And that's why this whole thing is called, Are You Truth Stupid? And why we say, Are you truth stupid, is because we know the truth, but we still, let me turn this down. Boom, getting the music on, I was getting it pumping. So, do you like the, how are you, Geordie? How are you, Nicholas? Congratulations with the babies as well, man. Awesome stuff. You got 2 twins. Unbelievable, bro. Really, really, you know, touches my heart. So, when I say truth stupid, we know deep down that we know the truth about things, but we choose to decide and do something completely different and decide to believe what everyone else is telling us, which is absolutely ridiculous. Awesome stuff. Loving everyone. Awesome stuff. So, I'm reading out the messages, but I'm just going to roll with it, yeah? So one thing, a big thing which I've been seeing what is happening now, I'm just going to roll this out, people can jump on as they want, is this whole fucking thing about push-up. The push-up thing is going to help suicide prevention. Yes, it's a good idea. Yes, okay, let's be sheep and let's do it. But you isn't going to fucking help a thing to stop someone thinking the right thought that is going to do something stupid to themselves. The reason why I know this, because I've been there 3 times. Push-ups, when you say suicide prevention, you're directing a person basically, well, here's the bridge, now fall off it. That's the whole same thing as post-war trauma. So if you call it trauma, what is it going to be? Is it going to be happy or is it going to be trauma? Think about it, people. If you say post-war trauma, post-war trouble, post-war whatever, okay, post-war is fine, but if you call it trauma, what is it going to happen? If you call a pole, you're going to fucking hit the pole. If you call it trauma, it's going to be trauma, yeah? I'm going to give you guys some really serious feedback. At the moment, my uncle is dying from cancer. My mum's flown to Queensland to be with him. You know the fucking problem about this system that we're in, and you know this situation, the problems that are created, is if we call it cancer, so everyone else is treated, well, you've got the same symptoms, so we're going to give you this drug. So straight away when they call it cancer, what happens? You think about it and you focus on it and you keep creating it. So what happens is you say, okay, I've got cancer. So you give into it, you're dead already. It's the same thing as depression. They say, oh, well, I've got depression. Well, I can be like this and I've got an excuse and so on and so forth. It is fucking ridiculous, yeah? That's a little bit offside. But the whole thing about suicide prevention and post-war trauma, This is the problem. Once these soldiers come back from seeing some crazy shit, yeah, because I've been dealing with a lot of soldiers lately. Once these soldiers come back from, I'm not going to get into it, but some really gross stuff, death, shootings, all this stuff, is they're taught to keep focusing on and allowing what they saw. But that's gone. That's gone. You know, oh, but you know, you're allowed to take this, and because you think that way, it's okay. It is bullshit. You know, so what happens is if they've just seen, just say, for instance, I don't want to give details because this is quite a touchy subject, but something happens to one of the other soldiers, yeah? Something happens, yeah? Let's just say something happens. The doctor, the psychologist, the therapist will get them to keep reliving that. And it drives them crazy. But what happens is they give the acceptance to say, well, you're sick now. Well, you're sick now. You know, so you can, you know what? I'm going to give you leave. It's okay for you to feel like that. I'm going to give you antidepressants. Just keep focusing on the negativity. But what's happened? Unfortunately, these things happen in life. But if we can't go and relive them, we're reliving the pain. The thing is, you can disassociate yourself from keep reliving those or having these nightmares by the stuff that we teach you at Team Beast Mode Australia, by focusing your thoughts on the past. You can't change the past. You can't change what happened. It's gone. So that's what happens. And a lot of these soldiers will come back and they will relive it. They will stay in the pain. And what do? They do stupid things, yeah? So what I'm going to say to you is, I've tried to kill myself. I say it quite freely, yeah? I've tried to kill myself back in my past about 5-6 years ago 3 times. And I'm going to give you my thought pattern. I wasn't working. I left my ex-fiance. I lost 850 grand. There were so many other things. I moved back to my parents' place. I lost so many. Maddie goes, oh my God, my exact thoughts. I've been 22 push-up fad, doing 3 different reasons lately in the new ice bucket challenge. So I'll get back to that in a second. So I'm going to teach you how you can help someone that is dealing with these situations. And look, you're not going to go and you want to be qualified firstly, yeah? You know, and one thing a lot of people say to me, I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent, I'm just a bit excited, had too many e-shots. So it's, people say to me, like, Lee, you're this new hot shot, you know, you've got a big mouth, you say a lot of stuff with certainty and conviction. But what I want to ask you, man, how are you qualified? I said, good question. Well, I'm going to tell you my life story that I've actually experienced myself. Not that I've fucking read a book or I've watched a podcast or I've gone and done a course and it says I've got a PhD in front of my fucking name that doesn't mean anything. Or I'm going to tell you what I've been through. I'm going to tell you that I fought through depression. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you that I fought through bipolar. I'm going to tell you that stuff doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. If you know how bad I was to where I am now, that stuff doesn't fucking exist. And this is where I drove myself to wanting to kill myself. I sat there, I sat in an environment and one bad thought, another bad thought, another bad thought, relay on the problem, replay the problem, make it worse, think about the future, make it worse, bad thought, bad thought, bad thought, bad thought, till enough, I got enough. And the easiest thing to do, that what bad things happen, I took antidepressants and my bad thoughts that I connected with, they just multiplied, they exploded. So what I did do, then I wanted to drive a car into a pole. I took sleeping pills, so on and so forth, took a lot of drugs one day and I woke up fortunately. Sabrina goes, every push-up I've done was well worth it. It won't take away the pain or the change the individual's path, but as a soldier you experience trauma through the war. You know how hard it was. You know how hard it's to have that conversation. Yes, look, I understand that what the push-up thing, what it relates to and so on and so forth. What does that say? Crap, I haven't finished writing, laugh out loud, create conversation. So what I will say is I really respect people, the reason why you're doing it, but let's think about how we can prevent that. So I tell you about everyone else that what I've been doing and how I got myself out, not wanting to kill myself, out of so-called depression, bipolar, so many different things happening. And I'm going to also teach you how, if you have someone in your family, so a friend, family, obviously there's a lot of soldiers that are on here today. Geordie, who's a client of mine and a good friend of mine, he's in the Navy and so on and so forth. So I've been working with a lot of soldiers and I've been working with that. So that's why I say, okay, this push-up thing is okay, but I'm going to actually tell you to give you some advice and give you some knowledge of how you can guide somebody about not wanting to kill themselves and having the real suicide prevention. So when people, they're focusing on you know, in the war, and what could have happened? They've seen heads being blown off. They've seen helicopters burn and people die in them. They've seen some horrific things. So what happens is the way you remove people out of that is by focusing on new things, by taking their mind to a different level. Obviously, what we do with the neurolinguistics programming, it's a lot more deeper. You put people under a light level of hypnosis and you pre-frame, because the thing is, you need to go to the root cause. You don't want to smother it with antidepressants or smother it with just, okay, let's just be all happy in that, but in behind closed doors, that's where the pain comes up. And we all know that, yeah? When there's no one else around, when the lights are off and the dust has settled, that's when our minds really start to fucking play on each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Sabrina goes, thank you for this. My heart is full, and if you're making me cry, happy tears. I will go something to harden me the fuck up. It's good to see you in your feminine, Sabrina. Awesome stuff. So what the thing is, if you are feeling, if you're a soldier, or if you're anyone that has these thoughts that, you know, you think life is getting too heavy, you know, you've lost your girlfriend, or you can't get a girlfriend, or you've got money reasons, or you don't like your body, or whatever it is, it all starts from here and ends in here. You could be in a castle, you could have a full bank account, you can have an amazing body, but you can still create that and still feel depressed, still feel that you want to kill yourself because what you're focusing on. So for the people that want to give advice to their soldiers, to people that are around them, post-war trauma and so on, is the push-up challenge is not going to fucking do anything. Well, how are you going to help people is by taking them out of their environment, constantly giving them the positive thoughts, constantly making them happy, constantly guiding them into a new future. You always want to be moving them into the future with positivity. Not, okay, let's talk about it. Well, the worst fucking thing is you go and see a psychologist, you go and see a therapist, and what do? Well, tell me what your problem is. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, let's just focus on the pole and hit the pole. Let's just, do you know what I'm saying? Or why don't you sit down, pay me $100 an hour and tell me all the bullshit that doesn't even exist anymore that you want to do. So if you talk it, you create it. If you're talking the past, or if you're talking negativity, you're talking pain, you're creating that. So why would you let someone fucking talk that? You shut them up straight away and get them moving towards the future. Okay, that's what's happened. Let's look at the future. So where do you want to go now? You move people into the future. So many people are stuck in the fucking past. It is crazy. You move people into the future. So one thing people say, they go, Lee, why are you talking over me? Why can't I? And they see this at the retreat. I said, because what you're saying is not serving you. What you're saying is not moving you to it. Like, oh, but I just want to be heard. No, if what you're saying is not going to be growing and growing, exactly, Steve. Problem. What you focus on, you find. Exactly, bro. That's why you're my number one brother. So another thing is, even family members, even when I go back to my environment, people, you know, there's a flat tire and someone goes, oh, fuck, we got a flat tire. Oh, fuck. Is that changing it? Is that going to fucking pump the tire up? No. All right, get on with it. There's a flat tire or something happens. Why would you waste that energy? If you're frustrated, go and punch a boxing bag or hit your head into a wall, yeah? So that's what it's about. With this suicide prevention, look, I'm not a psychologist, yeah? I've worked with a lot of psychologists and they need help more than we do. I've worked and studied human behavior, the human mind. If people know me, look, I've got my auntie on here. I love her so much, my auntie Doreen on here. If you knew how I was and she knew how I used to be to how I am now, fuck, do you know, like, you're onto something here, because a lot of people say, okay, how are you qualified? And wank. My life experience and the other hundreds of people that I'm helping, well, maybe we're on a good thing here. If I can save my life, which I did, and I can save other people's lives, hello, Annie, how are you? You know, it's a fucking, let's share it with others. It might not work with everyone. Tara goes, anchors their mind into the pain and allows them to believe it. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, acknowledge and align, arise. That's exactly right. And again, I've never been a soldier, and, you know, I think I'm a soldier, you know, I'm a soldier of growth and so on, but I've never been in a war. I've never had to shoot a gun. I'll lie about that. I've never had to shoot a gun, you know, and so on and so forth. But what it is, we need to guide these people. But when we say post-war trauma, we are directing them into the pit. Trauma, okay, it's trauma straight away. You already halfway failed. You do not call it post-war trauma. If you call cancer, cancer, you're already dead. Simple. If you call it depression, you're already aiming at the pit. If you call a sickness, you are going to play that role that you've got a sickness. Well, I have a serious blood condition, which the other day I collapsed on the floor. Yeah, I've got blood clots in my heart, in my lungs, and all the way through my legs. So if I let that beat me, it's not a problem, it's not a condition. Like, I'm just saying this for you for, material sake. What I say is, it's a challenge. Yeah, if I sat there and felt sorry for myself, and if I sat there and go, oh my God, I get up and I do what I need to do. I'm supposed to be taking medication to fight this. I'm fighting it with my thoughts. I'm fighting it with directing my energy into where I'm supposed to be so-called sick. And I'm fighting that, saying to myself, I'm getting stronger, I'm rehabilitating, I don't have any sickness, I'm strong every day, I'm moving forward, so on and so forth. And I'll tell you what, if you saw me, have a look at my live stream 2 days ago when I did a live stream to how I look now. I look a lot better than I fucking do today than I did now. I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself. So this is the thing. Once we label it, if we label it suicide, what happens when you think about suicide? It directs your unconscious straight away into doing something fucking stupid. And you say suicide prevention. So when we're putting suicide up, I know we're not meaning this, but when we're doing the push-ups and saying suicide prevention, you're basically walking the person to the end of the bridge and say, all right, jump off. Oh no, don't jump off because we're going to do push-ups. That's what you're saying. This is what you have to understand. The power of the mind and power of the tongue is fucking very, very scary and very, very powerful at the same time. So when, again, and I'm going to drain this into your heads, when you say post-war trauma, so you're saying, okay, it's after the war and I'm in trauma, so I get to relive that. No, you need to change that. You don't even say post-war. It's fucking done. It's pre-war, during the war, after the war, that's when you're free. You don't have to deal with that. So don't say post-war trauma, because that is leading you to discovering and focusing on, okay, it's finished the war, but I have to feel pain. The war is finished, but I have to feel pain. My service is finished, but I have to feel pain. That's what it is telling you. This is what you don't understand. When you understand language properly and to be a master communicator, and this is why what we're doing needs to go to the fucking world, because I've been in a lot of countries, yeah. I'm in New Zealand, we've been in America, been in Australia, and so many people are walking around in pain because what they're focusing on is destroying them. How they speak is destroying them. Their energy state is destroying them. Their belief system is destroying them. What other people are doing is destroying them. Yes, this thing about push-ups, it's fantastic if you want to go bah, like a fucking sheep. And maybe in your mind, you're doing it to help people and you're doing it for good thoughts. Yes, you are, yeah. But what you need to understand is doing a push-up and then going to get someone, putting someone up to do it, or, getting someone else to do it, that is not going to help anybody. That's not going to have someone sitting there with the thoughts and bad thought, and is about to go and do something, take a fucking pill or go and gas themselves out. They're going to watch, oh, these guys are doing push-ups for me, well, I'm going to stop. No. If you have someone that is in a so-called depressed state, you need to break them out of the state. If they're sitting down there, and take them into focusing and constantly conditioning themselves into the future, into positivity. Nominate. That's right, Jordan. I was thinking fucking nominate, I learned, see, these things are irrelevant for me. My brain just blanks them out. So what was it? After the war, freedom. I love that, Tara. So I'm going to steal that. Say, everyone, all the soldiers there, Sabrina, Jordy, and whoever else is on here, don't call it post-war trauma. Call it after-war freedom. I love it. That needs to fucking go out to the masses. That needs to be put out there. That is fantastic. Douglas goes, we fight these things in our minds and we need to control our minds, positive control. Of course. So we know, I was speaking to a few people even yesterday. I went down for a walk because I wanted to get out. I even went to the gym. And they said, hey man, we saw you that you're in Queenstown and we knew that you're in the gym, blah, 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 and so on. And they go, I'm a DJ and I feel fucking depressed all the time. I get up and I want to go back to sleep and, I just don't know what I'm doing with my life and I broke up with my girlfriend and I don't have much money. What are you saying? You're basically, okay, if you're talking about it, then what are you saying? So that AWF, after war freedom, love it. You should give that a run. Put that in, give that up to them, Sabrina. That's exciting. So what we think is normal is actually fucking destroying us. So they're focusing on, oh, my girlfriend's gone, I've got no money. You know what? You can fucking start saving 10 cents and start moving towards a new life. You can start focusing on another partner and start manifesting that partner. You can focus on being happy. You can do it right now. But what we do and what we've been conditioned to do, to focus on the problem, focus on the pole, focus on the fucking hole, focus on getting burnt. So people, this is what it's about. It's about helping others. If you see others, look, don't get me wrong. When people are down, they get angry and they might be, in a depressive state, or they don't want to listen to you. No. Don't force them. Don't force them. But what you can say, hey, look, I've just got some advice for you. Or tell them a story about someone that you know, but you are actually talking about them. So you're not directing it at them and say, well, you have to change. So, hey, can I tell you a story about someone that, that is very in a similar place? People will listen, yeah? It's called a pre-frame, and that's what it's about. Sabrina goes, acknowledgement, processing, freedom. That's the steps I've taken. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm almost free, almost. If you say almost, you'll be almost. You need to make sure you're very, very articulate with the words you say. As I've been doing this for a long time, I'm still pulling myself up. I never say try anymore. I don't say think anymore. I say feel, so on and so forth. So this is what I want people to do. I don't want people to go and do this push-up challenge. I want people to take in what I'm saying on this video and go and make your own video with your own advice that comes from your heart about how giving people guidance about, hey guys, if you're feeling down, to direct your energy like this, and if you're feeling this way, moving people always to the future, because that's what you're manifesting on. You can't, one thing I want to ask, can you change yesterday? No. Then why would you waste any attention? Why would you have beliefs from yesterday that don't even exist and they are controlling your life now? You can change your belief system, you can change your values, and you can change your energy and your state right now into the person you need to be. And as I always say on my live streams, you can't be someone today who you were yesterday, or you can't be the person that you are today if you want to be someone tomorrow. Yeah? Does that make sense to you guys? It's about you always need to be evolving. You always need to be directing yourself to that new person, to that new identity. And as I always say, which is my trademark, you need to become the identity and the character that you need to become to manifest your dreams and your goals. Yeah. If you want to be a person of great health, then obviously what do you need to do? You need to love yourself. You need to eat right. You need to exercise. You need to, and so on and so forth. If you want to be a person of abundance, then you need to make sure that there is abundance out there, that you're focusing on that you're putting energy out there, you're giving the exchange. You can't expect to be a millionaire if you're fucking sitting on your ass and like, I want money, you need to be a person of contribution. You need to be adding solutions, be giving value to people's lives. Each millionaire has 7 different streams of income. So create that. That's what it's about. You do not need to be a scientist. You don't need to be some fucking, Microsoft Bill Gates. You can be a person of amazing contribution by expressing yourself. Become a master of expressing yourself. Become a master of an state-inducing master. So this is what it's about. We do everything for a feeling. We want to get into a state. We want to feel something. We want to be that person. So if you can be a person that changes someone's state, that gives them a feeling that they're searching for in so many ways, you are going to be helping so many people. And then in return, but if you do it to get something back, it's not going to work. You want to be doing it like this live stream, yeah? Like I could be sitting down doing something else, but I want to be doing this because I want to be adding value. Sabrina and Geordie nominated me, yeah? They're very, very good friends of mine. And I didn't want to disrespect them. And I said, guys, for this push-up challenge, I really respect it. But one thing is, I'm not going to say this whole sheep thing because it's a little bit rude. But what I'm going to say is the whole thing is about suicide prevention. So if I can do a live stream, if I can add, I call myself a professional because I have been there. It's not like, a lot of these people, I've been down and I'm really blessed that because I can congruently talk about where I took a lot of drugs, where I tried to take my life 3 times, where I was suicidal, as they say, depression, and I've lived through it. And I know the mindset. I know what you need to do. I know the state you have to be in. I know the energy that you have to put out. I know how you have to speak. I know how you have to stand. So that is people say, how are you qualified? That is my qualification. So you can either fucking take it or you can leave it, yeah? And yes, I can give you a page or I can give you a number of 17, 18 different certificates that don't mean shit about how I'm qualified. So I think that people should be listening to people that have got life experience, yeah? I think that people should be listening to people that actually are fucking real, that have a little bit of ink on them, that have lived their life, have got themselves fucking dirty, yeah? Have been in the trenches and coming forth. And that's the leader that I want to be. Do you know what I'm saying? And I say this with conviction. Sabrina goes, this is the better than the push-ups. You've achieved something epic here, true value. People can use this and implement. Yes, and what Tara put out there, after war, what was it? AEW, after war freedom is fucking huge. We need to get that out. We need to get that out there. That is something epic. So, something else. If you're a parent, you're a father, you're a mother, whoever, if you're anyone, which you all are, amazing human beings, if you've got someone in your life that is suffering from so-called depression, I'm sure that we do, or someone that isn't functioning at their full potential, which is all of us, yeah? Or if you have someone that's always feeling down or whatever, the way you lead them is not by saying that you need to change or by forcing them or by grabbing them around the neck, is by telling them a metaphor, by telling them a story. It's like telling them like a fairy tale. Just say, hey, look, could I tell you a story? And they will say, excuse me. Sabrina goes, after war freedom, I'm making you my bitch. I love that. I love that. You need to copyright it. You and Tara need to take in the copyright for that. So, excuse me. Just let me have a quick drink. Got my isogenics amino acids here. Just need to plug that. Ah, cool. So, I work with men, I work with women. You know, I've got a lot of women that are doing a lot of private stuff with me. I've got a lot of women that are coming over to Bali to live with how we got that 3 day for 3 people live at my villa, which is going to be huge. And obviously I've been working with men. So why I say that, and the whole thing behind that is that we know being men and women, there's always going to be, we all could be living way above our potential, yeah? We always know there's someone around us as well that could help us. So do not force someone into change because they will get their guard up. You want to tell them a metaphor. You want to tell them a story. It's like, what do we remember? We remember fairy tales, don't we? We always remember fairy tales is because there is no force or there is no push for us to change. It's just like, okay, let's just listen to a story. And there's no underlying thing there that's choking us to say, well, listen to this and make sure you study it. No, you say, hey, listen. Look, I was talking to someone the other day and blah, 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 and make it relevant to this person's situation and say, you know, they were, and I've seen this person around a lot and they weren't, you know, they're feeling down or they're not feeling. Are we back? All right, are we back? I think that just dropped out. Cool. Should be back. Just give me the thumbs up if we're all good. Awesome. Thank you, Steve-O. And you make the story relevant to the person's situation, but make sure it's not too relevant because then they go, you're talking about me. Then you want to give the person advice. Say, you know what was fantastic? You know what this person found what was amazing is that, you know, getting out and focusing and planning on your future and getting excited about life and putting your attention out there and putting that, you know, message out there. And it was so good to see this person, how they were down and they weren't loving life, to moving them forward and getting forward to life. And you know how effective this was. You know how special this was. You know how powerful this was from the person. Instead of the person worrying about the past, they were worrying about the future. And they started to create so-called friends and they started to move forward and they started to grow, so on and so forth. That's how you have to lead people. You know, a lot of the stuff that I'm telling you is stories. A lot of it is my story. A lot of it is stories that have helped other clients. But I'm not going to go, well, you need to do this and you need to change that and blah, 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 because that is the issue. Because people go, well, don't tell me to change. Or if you think I need to change, people do the opposite. It's simple human psychology. Shwada goes, a so-called friend of mine labelled me as being depressed today. Needless to say, I've cut him out of my life the very minute. Again, a lot of people are going to have their opinions, yeah? I want to give you guys I'm going to give you something that's just happened to me recently. So I'm always looking for places to grow and being around people, so coaches, environments, that people that are going to challenge me, yeah? Because I grow very quickly and, you know, most of the time, and me being a leader of the company and CEO, you know, most of the time I'm the top of the food chain and I have to be. So I put myself in environments. I get around people that are going to better me. I get around people that are going to challenge me. What I'm finding is, especially, and I'm not going to name it, is this certain operation or this company brand or whatever you want to call it. It is that, you know, when you go in there and they say, well, we want to grow people, we want to do this, we want to do that, and they barred me from it because they felt threatened from my ability. And I'm like, really? Like, there's a lot of companies out there, they say, we're here to help, we grow, reduce that, boom, boom, boom. And when you go there and you say, hey, hold on a second, but what it is when another man is confronted by another powerful man, instead of him accepting him and say, let's grow together, well, no, it's not for you, and they feel threatened. Or they will, it's like, well, they'll pick something out, or, you know, like another man, he'll get up, it's like two deers, boom, boom. That isn't a real man. That is a man that needs to work on his insecurities, yeah? That is someone that needs to find themselves because it's bullshit and they're not letting someone else in. Like, hold on a second. You don't know how much value I could bring into your operation or corporate, or whatever, company. And why I'm sharing this with you all is that it doesn't matter who you're talking to. It doesn't matter who you are. You are all amazing people and have so much to offer. So it doesn't matter. Don't think that you've been doing something, you're so much better than people or whatnot or so on. You can learn so much. Tara goes, I have never experienced war in real sense through my own personal battles and war I've experienced, whether it's war, soldiers or war, personal environment, it applies. I'll read the rest of that in a moment. So I'll go back to that is that it doesn't matter how advanced you get or what you've learned and so on and so forth. You can learn so much from another human being because it's just life experience. It doesn't matter if it's a little child. It doesn't matter if it's a homeless person. It doesn't matter if it's a millionaire or whatever it is. That doesn't matter. We're all the same. They're just different labels and people are just doing different things in their life. And again, why am I sharing this with you? Coming down to helping people and guiding people out of suicide prevention. Don't call it suicide prevention. Call it reprogramming. We need to change it. If you want to do push-ups for reprogramming, but again, these push-ups do nothing. They do nothing, honestly. And why I say this, I've had a good friend that is he's been suicidal. I have had clients that are currently being suicidal and they are all over Facebook, yeah? They are all over Facebook and they see that. And I've sat there, I said, can I ask you something? Are these push-ups actually helping you? They go, they're fucking pissing me off. They're annoying me. And I said, why? And he goes, how the fuck are push-ups going to be helping me when I want to kill myself? The fuck, my life is crumbling and he got really angry. I said, okay, cool. I said, look, I'm going to make a video on this. And he goes, fucking please, man, please. So this is what I'm saying. It's an idea. And this is why I'm going to go back to the whole motivation of this live stream. Are you truth stupid? Think about it. You all are. Really, you are, because you believe in things so on. I'm truth stupid as well. I'm believing things, but hold on a second, I actually know the truth. But because we're conditioned to do it, we believe this shit, yeah? Truth stupid, you have to pay tax. Truth stupid, that there's not a higher power, we're all controlled. Truth stupid, there's so many other different things that we have to think about, yeah? Truth stupid. Sometimes I still get caught up, well, I need to have an education, I have to go to uni to be someone of influence. And it still pulls me up sometimes. Like every time I want to grow, I always think about, well, maybe I need to get a bit smarter. I need to get, not smarter, I need to get consciously aware of what the fuck's going on. I need to bring up my power because I know I'm a powerful motherfucker, and I'm changing lives. I know that. Call it arrogancy, call it fucking ego. It's not ego. I know I'm here to fucking change people's lives and that's it. That's why this brand, another brotherhood wouldn't even let me in there because they got threatened. Instead of bringing a player in, someone who's powerful to grow it, they got, well, no, we can't, blah, blah, blah. And not even getting on the phone to say, hey, man, we can't do this or whatever and blah, blah, just through text messages. And then the thing that drives me fucking crazy is that people put on this facade, they spend all this money on marketing, they put on all this thing and everyone thinks, well, these guys are amazing. But behind closed doors, they're a bunch of bitches. Behind closed doors, they're unauthentic. It drives me mental. And why I'm sharing this story with you again is that you want to be bringing people into your environment. Don't get threatened, ladies, by another pretty girl. Or men, don't get threatened by someone that's got a good body and that's looking there. There's a good looking guy. You want to be bringing these power players into your environment so you can all grow from. And that's what it's about. It's about a collective growth. It's about a collective power, so on and so forth. And why, again, I'm mentioning this to everyone is that where it starts from, where suicide starts from, where these bad thoughts start from, where depression starts from, is people being alone, people being around the wrong environment. But if you've got the right players around you, if you've got strong people around you, if you've got the right, power players and so on, if you've got people that have got your back, if you've got people around you that are always going to strive for you to be better, would you be thinking about the past? No, you all will be moving to a greater existence together. So the stronger, so why all these stories are coming together, I'm very articulated the way I teach, yeah? So why I'm bringing out all these stories together, it comes down to the more power players you have around you, the more people that can bring value to you, the more people that can bring value, value, opportunity, any skill around you, that's what you want. I always talk about my company, Beast Mode, Team Beast Mode International, as the Avengers. Yeah, someone's The Rock, someone's Thor, someone's Spider-Man, someone's Batman. And we all bring in different powers. And it's not like, well, oh, you got a better body, or you've got more money, you're more spiritual, or whatever. It's not that at all. We bring in these people because they are going to grow us. We are going to grow them. And together we're going to grow as a collective, and we're going to take it to the top and bring our families, bring our friends, and so on. And that's what we call the ripple effect. Leaders creating leaders to lead others. So, is this making sense to you all? I'm sure it is. Awesome stuff. There's a lot of people on here I don't even know, so welcome. Check out the scenery. Awesome stuff. So, what I'm going to teach you quickly now, what's the time? What I'm going to teach you about now is if you have people around you, if you have, and I'm not going to say if, let's change that. We all know there's people around us that can be living out a better existence. We all know that there is someone that, you know, we call them slugs, yeah? Unfortunately, I call them slugs because they're like, hey, my life. You know, complain. But we can snap that. It's called pattern interruption. It's called pattern interruption. You do not want to be forceful and shake the person and make them change. You want to be leading people without even knowing that you are leading them. Because let's go back to the soldiers. Let's go back to the after-war freedom people. So listen to this. When you talk about, again, if it's post-war trauma, straight away you're leading to the war is finished, I need to focus on pain. Yeah? When you talk about suicide, what happens? Suicide, I think about someone doing something stupid, straight out. And I'll be honest. But when we word it, we're already halfway in our graves. We've already got our foot in the grave. So be very careful how you word it. Let's talk about something else. I know I'm jumping around, but let's talk about something else. Cancer. Yeah, I told you about my uncle. I had this argument with my mother about, okay, my uncle's dying from cancer. If you keep saying that, what do you think is happening? He's just waiting to die. Oh, but no, you could be talking yourself out of it. You could be focusing on, I've got great health. I've got great energy. Every day I'm vitalized. Every day I'm getting stronger. Every day I'm feeling better. I'm getting stronger and stronger every day. Yeah, at the same time, putting good things into your body, not all that fucking chemicals, which is killing people. It is stupid. And it's the same thing as people go, I've got a cold. I've got a cold. So go and take cold and flu tablets where it says cold and flu and say, oh, well, I've got a cold and I have to take this medication. You're driving yourself and your body. So when you say something or focus on something, you have cells in your body. They have little antennas. When you say I'm fat and then you pinch yourself, go, oh, geez, I'll put it down. Oh, today I've put on some weight. You know, I can't grab anything, but yeah, geez, I've put on some weight, haven't I? I'll look at my ass. What are you doing? This is the thing. You are actually saying I'm fat, and then you're neurologically grabbing those areas where you are fat, and you're telling those fat cells to grow. So I'm going to say that again. You're grabbing those fat cells. So when you say, oh, geez, I'm tired, or oh, geez, I'll put some weight on, look at that, you are communicating to those fat cells, and when you're grabbing them, you're anchoring it, and you're actually neurologically, and what that means is you are adding and you're directing where you want those fat cells to grab. Change this up. I know this is completely different than what we're talking about. Go, oh, okay, if you want to grab yourself and do all that, pinch where you want to pinch and just say, I'm getting leaner. I'm getting stronger. I'll look at my muscles. Today I'm putting more strength on. What you're doing, you're actually communicating with your muscle cells. And when you pinch that, you're going to be growing your muscles. And that's what it is. Try it, and it absolutely works. I remember Regan and I, we still travel a lot. And I didn't train for a week, and I got, oh, geez, babe, I've put on a lot of fat, haven't I? And what I was doing, I kept grabbing, I'm like, oh, I look like I'm getting man boobs. And I'm going like that. And my body started changing. I started to smooth over. Then I'm like, fuck, I'm going to try this mindset stuff. I'm going to give it a go. So then I started grabbing where I was grabbing. I'm getting strong, I'm getting leaner, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting leaner every day. And I kid you not, I got leaner. I didn't have the love handles. This happened in 3 days. I got vascular, my abs were popping out, and it was on for the young and old. Yeah, and it works. Try it. This shit absolutely works. And why I'm telling you about this, about the body, it's the exact same thing. When you focus on I'm sick, when you focus on, the whole thing about, again, suicide. If you say suicide, straight away, you're already taking that person, put him in the grave. When you talk about post-war trauma, no, after-war freedom, pain. When you talk about depression, straight away, let's think about depression. Straight away, I feel like that. You know, it is fucking ridiculous. So be very, very careful and articulated that you do not say the name. You do not label it. If you want something fantastic, then you label that, yeah? I have the best mindset. I have a peak mindset. I'm so strong and powerful, or whatever. Or if you're feeling down, again, about, you know, when people say depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, talk about it as reprogramming. Talk about it as reconditioning, pre-framing. And what that means is you are giving the person hope. You're giving yourself hope, because when you say something that you label it, when you label it, it's done. You've labeled it and then you've created that monster, yeah? So you need to make sure that anything that you're talking about, create it in a way that you want to move into it. You want to create your future by how you label it. Talk your future into existence, yeah? Is this making sense? Sabrina goes, I stand by my participation in the push-up challenge. Nominating you did exactly what I had to hope. As a veteran, I love seeing it on Facebook. It deepens my faith and stigma behind mental health and shifting. Yeah, look, it's this is the thing about it. I don't take away the whole thing about doing the push-ups, but what I'm about, and this is the way this is just my opinion, yeah? Look, I'm not forcing anything onto people. This is my opinion. I'm all about getting the result. I don't want to talk about it. Or people, here's the result, yeah? People build castles around the result. They build all these things around the result. Instead of getting to the point and getting to the result, that's what I'm about. Because for a long time in my life, I did these ones and I didn't get there. But now me being direct, now I'm in the locomotive towards success. You can either get on or get the fuck off. That's where I'm going, yeah? And that's my message to you people is, if you want to help someone with suicide, you want to move them, get them out of the environment, make them laugh, become a comic. If you want to save people's lives, become a comic, yeah? One thing that I've really been working on, because I'm fucking, you know, you look at my energy, I'm quite fucking in your face, I'm quite blunt. You know, I'm like, hey guys, rah, 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 you know, I'm like a little kid, I fucking can do star jumps. I'm like that excited. But become a comic, make people laugh. Once you make people laugh, you're snapping them, you're breaking that strategy, because I'm going to give you some deep shit. When I'm in my depression, I'm sitting there, I had a beard, I had a hoodie on, I'm like, bad thought, you know, I've got no money. Bad thought, I'm living with my parents. Bad thought, I break up with my partner, I'll never have a girl again. Bad thought, I'm putting on weight. Bad thought, I don't know what to do in my life. Bad thought, boom, 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 boom. What happened, yeah? That would happen, and then mum would come, oh Lee, look, we've got a thing from the bank you have to sign, you have to go and pay your ex another fucking 10 grand or something. Oh, because you've got all that on. That is not, I'm not fucking schizophrenic. I am not bipolar. I am not depressed. I don't want, you know, what that is me conditioning myself and then me being at the prey of my emotions. That's what it is. Control your emotions. But once you've got bad thought, you've got all that built up. Then you're like a mousetrap, yeah? You've got all those thoughts built up, boom. And that's exactly why people commit suicide, because they do not think they can get out of it. And the easiest thing to do is stop this so they're not consciously connected to the pain, yeah? Does that make sense? And that is the truth right there. That is why people are truth stupid, yeah? Need a quick break. All right, Sarah Louise goes, yeah, Lee, but some of these examples are medical diagnosis. Really? Well, if you can tell me about a test that actually diagnoses that you actually have depression and so on, then I would be blown out of the water. And I think suicide and depression needs to be discussed as a collective. Validation is important without enabling. Well, I disagree massively, because why I spoke to so many psychologists. I've even been at a summit where there was probably 1,000 psychologists, and there is no proven test that you can be diagnosed. People can say, well, okay, I diagnose you. That is the doctor's discretion. People say about depression and bipolar, it isn't a chemical imbalancement. It is about, some people might have serotonin, yeah, so they feel down, they feel really shit. Some people's neuroestrogen, some people's whatever it needs to be might be collective. If you're going to give into that shit that you're being diagnosed and that you're going to give into depression, that you're already halfway in your grave. Simple. You are. You might as well give into that. And I know with you, Sarah, I know that you've fought it. I know that you've overcome it. But honestly, if you want to give into that stuff and you want to depower it and say, well, but I've read a book, then you know what? That is your choice, and it's up to you. It's the choice that I take, and I'm not going to get in a rebuttal or an argument. The choice that I take is that I was destroying my life and I was destroying the life of others, yeah? And I know what it takes to get out of that. And there are other people that have been there, worse than me, the same and not as bad, and we have grown out of that. We have lives of happiness, we have lives of joy, we have lives to be here to fucking be able to talk to you and still have lungs, still have air in our lungs, yeah? So, excuse me, if you want to get caught up in the diagnose and all this facts and the rest of that, I don't give a shit about the facts. I don't give a shit about what people say. What I give a shit about is what works, what has happened, life experience. What I'm teaching you is my experience. What I'm giving you is my opinion. And my experience and my opinion has saved my life and the lives of hundreds. And if that can do that, I don't care about what they say in a fucking book. I don't care about if you want to say, well, you have to go to school to do an education. Well, you have to pay taxes. Well, you have to do this. You have to do that. If you want to be a muppet and a puppet to the system, then listen to that. And that's just my opinion, yeah? My opinion is that what works, what's saving people's lives, what's moving forward, and so on and so forth. Maddie goes, it's like everyone and everything needs a label. Everyone needs a label and an excuse to define themselves. And that's so sure, you know? It's... I absolutely respect your opinions and views, and this is I tune to listen into and follow. I agree with life experience over textbook, and that's what it's about. I get fired up because people will lose their way because what fucking some other muppet said. Technology is always evolving. Science, quantum field, quantum physics, they're always, oh geez, we made a mistake there. We thought that this was like that, but did you know that, and this is the truth, did you know that we're made out of light? Us humans are made out of, when you break it down, electrons out of light. And they mixed that up years ago. So we are humans. Yes, we make mistakes. But if you're going to listen to these muppets, what I want you to listen to, what works for you? What has worked for others that you can relate to? That's what I want you to listen to. That's what I want you to follow. What the fuck fills you up? You know what's right. Not because what you think is what you feel. Stop saying, well, I think. Always say, I feel. Don't say, I'll try. Do it or don't, yeah? Change your language and move that forward. Nathan goes, lead the truth, bomb dominator, Bundy. You're killing it, brother. Spreading the message. I got to bounce. Love, respect. Thank you for being on, man. I appreciate it. So this is what I want to say to people. If you get caught up in, well, this and that and the rest of that, you're giving an excuse and saying you're sick. You're giving an excuse and you're giving into the bullshit. Oh, but I've got a cough, I do have the flu. No, you've just got a virus that you're going to get over. If you keep saying that, your body is going to act like that. I'm going to teach you something about matrix information and matrix energetics. This is probably a little bit woo-woo for someone. If you say you've got a sore shoulder, like my shoulder, if I keep going, oh, fuck, geez, I've got a sore shoulder, what I'm doing is I'm connecting with my nervous system, with my ligaments and so on, and I'm telling my body to be sore. Oh, geez, that's sore. Geez, it's stiff, yeah? But if I say to myself, my shoulder feels fantastic, it's healing itself, you do not, this is the thing is we need to be conscious creators, yeah? We need to always be, oh, hold on, I need something to really, I have to see something or I need an epiphany to know that I'm actually getting a change. And when you actually know about my shoulder, because I was going, oh, geez, I've got a pain and doing what normally people do, and I'm sending that to my nervous system, I'm sending that to my shoulder, pain, 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 pain. But once I start saying my shoulder's healing, it feels fantastic, it's light, it's stretched, it's nimble, I move it, no pain. But even once I start going like this, you're teaching your body, the nervous system, this is how accepting your body and your mindset is, that you're telling your body that. Or if you've got, you hurt your leg and, oh, you limp. What are you doing? We are creatures of habit. You're telling your mind, you're telling your body, okay, limp, so on and so forth. It's simple. It comes down to people that don't think they're smart, people that don't think they're confident. Can they learn to be confident? Yes, they can. How do they learn to be confident? How do they do that? Is because they teach themselves. They change the programming. They change their nervous system. Belinda goes, fucking love this. Best Sunday message ever. Awesome stuff. So I'm throwing a lot of stuff in there. I'm throwing a lot of truth bombs in because I was very, very good. I was an expert at fucking my life up. Yeah, I was an expert at feeling sorry for myself. I was an expert at creating so-called depression that doesn't exist. I was an expert of taking a lot of drugs. I was an expert of going out being angry. I was an expert at fucking feeling sorry for myself and not having money and this and that. Boom, boom, boom. And I was almost an expert of killing myself. And I'll say that again. I was almost an expert of killing myself. Luckily, then I am, and I was a fit motherfucker. And when I tried to do some things, my body was, strong enough and I could fight through it. and I'm here to, share this story with you all. So, do we have any questions while we've got everyone on board? Life experience is one of the best things you can have in life. Learning curve, no matter how old you are. And that's right, Douglas. How old are you, Doug? I think I don't want to say to offend you, but how old are you, brother? Oh, it's like I'm doing a workout for you guys. Awesome stuff. How old are you, Douglas, man? Any questions? And we'll roll them out. We'll get some questions, give my voice a bit of a break. Where's this music on? Cool. All right. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rocking this out. So I want to do a recap. So first, I want to thank everyone that's been on. Thank you for your time on your Sunday. This can be your church or your church of real, raw, and relatable. And what I want to, again, for the people that are getting on here, and what I really want to say is about, you've learned about the mindset. You've learned about, again, if you talk about suicide prevention, suicide, you're already basically 99% suicide, you're dead. You do not label it. When people say suicide, we think of death. I think of someone hanging themselves because I've seen a friend that's hung himself because of that, yeah? I'm being honest with you. When you call it suicide, you are fucking labeling it. You are destroying it. You're moving people into that. Soldiers, if you talk about post-war trauma, again, if you're moving people towards that, after the war, I have to feel trauma. It is destroying you. Call it as Sabrina has taken it on and as Tara created, after war freedom. It is fucking huge. Douglas 62, thank you, man. There must be a delay. So this is what I'm talking about. Again, yes, I know we're all not functioning at our potential. We all know someone that is depressed, that is not liking life, is that broken up in their relationship, or doesn't have the money, or doesn't have the life, or doesn't have the career they want. There is always someone. And the way we can lead these people and the way we can take them away from fucking doing something stupid is by being funny, by giving them hope. Let's be hope creators. Let's be jokers. Let's be people of hope, and let's be always moving people into the future. Yeah, let's be moving people. Hey, guess what? And teach people. People don't know how to fucking goal plan. People don't know how to create plans. That's why Beast Mode is so successful in so many ways, because we don't just talk about it, get you all warm and fucking fuzzy and, give the ladies goosebumps. We go out there and we fucking create it. We go out there, give the brothers tools, and then it's up to the brothers afterwards is going to implement them. We've got an environment where we kick your ass. You constantly have rechecks and realignments like this. You constantly have me moving forward. And that's what it's about, by putting you into a system. And again, we are working with ladies and we are working with men. Beast Mode Core is 100% masculine, and it's a private brotherhood where obviously no ladies are allowed, because it is just for the men. But we have services for the ladies. Some of my private clients that I speak to every day are ladies. The 8-week course, which is going huge, is for ladies. Ladies coming over to, spend time with me at my villa. There's ladies and men, they're going to be living with us for 3 days. And the reason why I've opened my door up to ladies is because we are about helping a collective. And when we were just talking with men, I'm saying we're getting all this attention from the ladies. We're like, hey, what is our purpose here? Where are we going? Where are we moving forward? We are moving forward. We don't want to just, yes, okay, we want to move. Steve goes beast mode, giving ladies goosebumps. It does, man. They've told me ladies love the beast mode. They want more kings. They want some man to love them and at the same time throw them around the bedroom. It's honest. They say it. They tell me, and respect them at the same time. So let me get back, Steve. You always distract me, mate. So, and that's what it's about. So I want us to come together, and I want us to become a collective, men and women, kings and queens. And do not try to force change onto people. Do not try to say to people, well, you need to do this and you need to do that, and rah, rah, rah. What do you think they're going to do? They are going to do, if you tell a kid, well, stop doing this, stop smoking, stop taking drugs, you lead them by telling them a metaphor or a story about somebody that is related to them, yeah? They will get that. Don't make it too relatable, because they'll think that you're speaking about them. But if you're trying to tell someone, trying to change a partner, a friend, anyone, a human, they will get their guard up and they will say, fuck off. Yeah? You need to tell them around about, say, again, like I was telling you, say, hey, can I tell you a story? It was an awesome story. It was so good because this person was trapped in, feeling sorry for themselves. And this person was, living at their standard. But guess what? Do you want to know how they got out of it? And they'll be, yeah. It's so good. They started believing in themselves again. They started smiling. They started going to the gym. They did this program. They were around these people and they did this, boom, 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 whatever how you want to lead the person or what they need. You don't tell them directly because they'll have their guard up. Again, it's like a fairy tale. We always remember fairy tales, and we always remember the message that leads us into that higher existence. So let's come together. Be very, very careful about how you word a sickness, how you word a mindset, a negative mindset, how you word whatever. And again, if someone is talking, bitching, or talking about stuff that doesn't exist, that's in the past, that's not serving them, you need to stop them. Because if you're listening to it, you are listening to it, creating that negativity without even knowing subconsciously. And if that person is talking about something that doesn't serve them, they are just focusing on the pain, and they will never get out of that. They will be doing this one for the rest of their life. Okay? Very, very important. If you do not have money, don't say, well, I don't have money. Well, I'm on a journey to make millions. If you don't have your health and you're overweight, oh, geez, I'm overweight, I have to lose weight. No, I'm on a journey to get a fucking sexy, hot body. If you don't have a partner, oh, I'm single and I'm depressed and I'm a virgin or whatever, don't just say that. Say, no, the right one hasn't come to me yet. Yeah, I haven't manifested the right one. You need to think about where you're going and talk that out. It's not fake it till you make it. Do not say that. It is not fake it towards you make it. What it is you are focusing on the future, because the more you focus on the future, time and space will meet, boom, and you'll be there. Okay? So we're going to wrap this bad boy up, because what time is it? It is for me, I think it's 1 o'clock for you guys, 20 past, and it is 3:20 coming from beautiful, check it out, awesome stuff. So that's what it is about. It's about coming together. It's about being a beacon of light, and it's about telling people the truth, yeah? And this is what... And I'm not going to say, look, I am mindful. Yes, I did a disclaimer before this, and what I put out was, hey, I'm not here to, I won't say disrupt anyone. I want to disrupt people. I want to disrupt your reality. I'm not here to disrespect anyone. I'm giving people my opinion. I'm giving people my thoughts of my life experience. And if I'm getting results, and not just with 1, 2, 3, 4, with hundreds, almost thousands of people, and getting a result, then I want to speak about it, and I'll speak about it confidently, yeah? And I know that everyone that's on here, I really appreciate it, that you could be living at a better level. People won't speak up because they don't want to offend anyone. But what I'm about, it's not just about doing live streams, it's about a social impact. I'm here to change the world on a social level, and I will. And that's what it is. You guys will say, well, I remember on the, the Sunday, the 14th of August, Sunday, Lee was there, and, remember that live stream, blah, 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 he said this, he said that, and you remember that because it doesn't matter. You put enough force on something and you'll put enough force on a rock and you'll turn it into a diamond. I'm going to be putting enough force onto this thing called social fucking, let's say social conformity, social brainwashing. I'm going to put enough energy onto that it's going to be a diamond that's going to serve us all, because I'm going to lead people through the truth. And that's this is the whole purpose of this live stream. Are you truth stupid? Think about it. You know the truth, you know what's really going on, but because of society, you fall into that bucket, you fall into that, that box, and you're like, oh, well, everyone else believes it, I'll just go with it. No, break out of that. Don't be truth stupid. And ask yourself, am I truth stupid? You know the truth, but you still act as if it doesn't exist, and so on and so forth. So as everyone knows, I always come with the truth, calling myself the truth, and I always come with the message of strength. The message of strength is I want you to uprise, and I want you to be living at an existence. I want you to be living at a lifestyle that truly fills you up, and that you move forward and move and so on and so forth. And again, a lot of people saying, well, Lee, isn't Beast Mode just about men? The core of it and the retreats are about men, but I've opened my doors to ladies because it's a collective, yeah? We are here to have, it's called mass education. We are here to build kings, to build queens, so on and so forth. And yes, look, some ladies aren't going to be open to it. Some ladies are, some men, so on and so forth. But because we've gone that way, we're going to be having much of a social impact, because the thing is, I'm working with some ladies, they're getting growth, their husband needs beast mode more than anyone. And then the lady who goes, the husband will go, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing this, boom, boom, boom. And you know how many people we've led that way? Because the thing is, if we're reaching out to men, most men are like, I don't need a course and I don't need to pay money and I'll sort my stuff out. My dad said, you're not supposed to cry and you just take things on your own. You're a man, you sort it out. Wank, wank, wank. What happens? That shit builds up, and behind closed doors, that's when people do fucking silly things, yeah? Men don't cry. Men's got this sort of, I don't need this beast mode bullshit. I don't need this cult. I don't need this thing. Who's Lee Bundy with these tattoos? This blah, blah, blah. That's the response I get. But really, these guys are packing shelves at Kmart, haven't had sex for 5 years, overweight, so on and so forth. And then you're like, well, you're telling me you don't need to fix your shit up? But if we're helping their wives, if we're helping their children, we're helping someone else, you lead people by action. You don't lead people that, I will get the results. I will go and do this and I'll go there. That's why I love to travel and help other people. You see me. That's why I want people, well, I've got that product. Live with me for 3 days. You will see how I get up. You will see how I go to bed. You will see how I live my life. And you'll go, fuck. Most people can't handle it. They can't. But what I love to do is lead from the front, lead from example. Yeah. That's why I've made this live stream today. That's why I'm leading you with passion. That's why I've told you that I've saved my life from, again, if you want to call it suicidal, call it reprogramming, and so on and so forth. Yeah. You can almost call my life after where it's happened, you can almost call that dark time post-trauma. Because the dark times, if I kept focusing on that, don't get me wrong, I have seen some bad shit. I've been involved in some bad shit. If I kept focusing on that, oh, that's okay. You've got dark time post-trauma. It's the same as that. Of course, it's a little bit different, but I can keep focusing on that. What happened in the past, I'm that disassociated from it. It's almost like that every time I talk about it, I'm lying about it, yeah? I'll tell you guys something serious as well. When last Saturday I was in Melbourne, I went to my mate's club, the Bombard, and I haven't seen my ex-fiance, where obviously this all started from, which was a blessing. I saw her once with Regan, yeah, and that was probably about 3 years ago. I saw her at this nightclub, and this is how powerful what I'm teaching you is, yeah. This convinced, and this is why it's going to the world. It needs to go to the world. This message of what we're doing. I saw my ex-fiance. I saw her, I respected her, but I did not have any feeling, not one drop of negative emotion. I saw who she was and I almost basically looked at her and like, fuck, who is she? With all respect, I didn't speak to her, so on and so forth. She was sort of buzzing around like a bee. But what it was, someone else would have felt like that way and they would have felt emotion. But because of doing the mindset, of course, focusing on the future, growing, evolving, not worrying about the past and it was nothing. But if this was 5 years ago, I would have been a mess. I would have been fucking suicidal. I would have had a rash up my neck. I would have been, anxiety. I would have freaked out. I would have had to fucking take drugs and that to get myself over it. But now I looked at that and I was so calm, so certain. And what I say to you, everyone can be this way. Everyone can condition themselves. So there is hope. Let's be hope. There is laughter with us all. Let's be a person of laughter. Let's be a person of joy. My mother's on. How are you, Mum? I'm just about to end this. Thanks for being on. But, Mum can be a very good advocate of, she's seen my past and I don't want to keep talking about that. So let's do a quick recap. I'm hungry. I want to get some food into me. Thank you again for everyone to be on. Do not call this suicide prevention, because if you say suicide, you are directing a person into a wall. Do not talk about post-war trauma, because the thing is, after what you're saying to your brain, hey, Ads, how are you, brother? This will be applicable to you being a soldier, because what you're saying to your brain, after the war, you expect trauma. You have to connect with it. And you're not saying that because the psychologists don't tell you to stop connecting with it. They just tell me about it. Just tell me about it. Let me know about it. And it is absolutely fucking ridiculous, yeah? So be a person, how are you, Mum? Be a person of laughter, be a person of joy, and always be moving people into the future. Do not, if someone wants to talk about the past, you want to be able to pre-frame and you want to be directing their attention, directing their energy, directing their thoughts. But again, Obviously, you need to be careful. I'm not saying that you need to be a doctor or psychologist because they're fucking more crazy than we are. That you always need to be directing people towards a greater existing. Get them excited about life. Get them moving forward about life, because that's how you're going to change it. By talking about it, the problem, you're not going to change it. You're just going to get the problem. Move forward, and you just keep moving the people there. So fuck the push-up thing on Facebook. Don't talk about this. What I want you to do, go out, create videos on the golden nuggets. If you guys are taking notes, you should be. You know, people pay me hundreds of dollars per hour to spend time with me like this, and I give this to you for free. So what I want you to do, go out there and make videos and teach people about what you've learned today. Go out there, spread the word, go out there, because if you don't, this has just been a waste. If you don't go and get in contact, this has just been silly, yeah? Go out and get it out with people. Go and talk to people about it. Just say, hey. And so different things that you've learned, go and just talk about a story and don't go and drain people on it. Angela Simmons, I work in trauma and love your message. Absolutely love it. Awesome stuff. You know, a lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people want to just say, well, let's just stay in that and let's talk about cancer. Let's talk about that. Because I want to just say this to my mum. Mum, what I was saying is, obviously, you know, Uncle Johnny, you're there at the moment with him about the whole thing about cancer. And this is the thing is, and I know that we've had an argument about this, is that if you say he's got cancer, then he's got cancer. You give him the medication, he's got more cancer. If you just keep him in a hospital, you're basically you're just waiting for the time to tick over. The way you can save that is you pre-frame them. You focus on, I don't have cancer. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling fantastic. So on. There's going to be days it's going to be hard. You can be saying to your body, you can be directed at, I'm healing. I'm getting stronger every day. My cancer's going. You don't even call it cancer. Once you call it the word, you are fucking creating it straight out. Yeah? And I say this to your mother because I know you're there with my uncle right now. Go there, give him hope. Say he's strong. He's happy. He's not pain. Don't get me wrong. I know it's hard because a lot of people are in pain. You can do that. Get him stronger again. Give him the right foods. Get him stop smoking. Put, you know, organic stuff into him. Direct him that. Get him out of the fucking hospital, because when you're in hospital, you start to fucking, straight away, I'm sick. I'm sick. You put on the gown. You put on that. You're around other sick people. The place smells like fucking death. You're basically walking towards your graveyard. And I say this, and I'm talking to my mum now, yeah, and everyone can listen to this, you know, and this is what it's about. It can fucking save lives, you know. You go to a hospital, what are you doing? You're already halfway there. Your body's stressed out, you're releasing cortisol. Cortisol causes cancer, fat, fucking the rest of that. It's ridiculous. You should be taking him in the sun, taking him to a park, giving him nice food, focusing his mind on stuff, letting him listen to positivity, watch amazing videos, get inspired, get excited about life, and trust me, it will give him fucking put years on. The pain will go. Like, you know when you hit your foot, oh, fuck my foot, oh, geez, keep focusing on it. But if a hot chick walks past you, hit your toe, and you go, whoa, you don't feel the pain because your mind is directed. And this is what we can do. You know, this is how powerful our mind is by directing your mind and attention away from something else. Get him out of the hospital. Fucking get him off the drugs. Put a lot of natural stuff into him. Make him laugh. So on and so forth. Your mindset environment is key. I love this live. Thank you, Angela. It makes I really appreciate it. I'm trying to speak English at the moment. My left brain is going this way, my right brain's going that way, and they're having a fight at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I was going to stop this 15 minutes ago, but I'm getting excited. Everyone's giving me love, so I'm going to give you love back. The power of the mind is going to break you or make you, yeah? Be a master of the mind. Don't let it master you. So, Mum, there's a message for you. Sabrina and Geordie, there's messages for you people. And if people want to bring real value instead of this fucking push-up challenge, what I tell you to do is make videos of how you can lead people and talk to people directly. Say, well, if you're someone that's lost their way, and if you're feeling down, or if you're feeling out, or if you've got, or whatever it is, look, don't get me wrong, you are going to have a lot of people to say, what the fuck are you talking about? I have cancer. I have depression. I am sick. I'm supposed to be like this. I was born like this. You're going to have people that are that fucking brainwashed that are actually addicted to the pain. Humans are addicted to the pain, and they will cause a fucking uprising to say you're wrong because they're addicted to it. They are. No, I want to stay in the pain. I want to stay this. Yeah, you know what? Hey, and that's what it is. And I'll talk to you. I'll be honest with you. I spoke to fucking so many people yesterday about getting into the services. And before that, they would write a encyclopedia about what's wrong in their life. I say, okay, cool. You've told me you've written a thesaurus about, or a thesis about what's wrong in your life. Do you want to move forward? Yes, I do. Okay, so there's this service, there's that service, there's this service, there's this service. Let's do it. Well, I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't know if it's for me. Really? You've told me that your life is fucking going crazy, but obviously people like to stay in the pain. So they will make every excuse up. Simple. That's why I did that post. You mustn't be in pain enough. Okay, you're single, this, that, you're living at home, you've got no money, you're overweight, this. Okay, you told me that you want to change, then how the fuck are you going to change? You need to sacrifice. If you don't have the money, when are you going to learn the strategy or the energy to get it? If you don't have the time, when are you going to learn to find the time? If you don't have the confidence and belief, when are you going to learn? Because what I say, if not now, when? Simple. Because I'll tell you something. There's been in my life, especially with this so-called this condition, is that I've almost died a few times. You don't know if you're there tomorrow. So why would you live today and take advantage of it? You don't know if there's tomorrow. You don't. You know, and I'll be honest with you. I've said to my parents 5 times now, I said, get your ass over to New Zealand. My mum's over, obviously, with my uncle. My dad's saying work, whatever. They don't even need to work. They're retired. Then why? And they're saying, Lee, but we'll do it next time. No, because we don't know if there's a fucking next time. We don't know if we can do it. And that's why I say to my dad and my mum, hey, get your fucking ass here. Don't worry about work. I'll give you the money. So on and so forth, because we don't know. We're in this beautiful place. I'm so grateful to be fucking here and so excited, so grateful to be talking to you, so grateful to have fucking technology to express my love through social media. Take a breath, Lee. And that's what it's about. Live today like there's no fucking tomorrow. Don't take advantage of your time. Don't take advantage of the air in your lungs. Don't take advantage of your health. Don't take advantage of fucking bald men like me screaming out to you, wanting you to improve yourself. So I need to play this to my staff meeting. Awesome. You can record it. There you go. This is what it's about. So I give this from my heart, yeah? I give this from my soul because I want the best for people. Yes, I can be a hard ass. Steve can tell you I can do some fucking crazy things. Like I always say, I'll offend you to bring you to a higher existence. It's not offending, it's for you to wake up. Because if I say, you know what, you should change your life. Or if I go, whack, you should change your life. What are you going to remember? You're going to remember the second one. So that's the way I teach. I teach congruently. As everyone knows, let me speak English, I am a heart on legs, yeah? So this message I'm sending from my heart, this message I'm sending from my soul, sending it from beautiful New Zealand, Queenstown. So what I say to you, if you really want to make a difference, stop doing the push-up thing. Go and send the video out. Go and express yourself. And these golden nuggets that I've shared with you, go and share them with people. Steve goes, the whack works. Go and share them with people out there and spread the word. And what I say to you as well, if you want to keep the growth going, then get in contact with us. If you want to be part of what we're doing, men and ladies, if this gets you all warm and fuzzy, yep, get you good for Sunday. But the secret of growth is momentum. The secret of growth is accountability. The secret of growth is environment. And that's what we've created. We've created services where you put your focus into and you become that person you need to become to manifest your dreams, your goals. We put the services, so the practices that you do, the videos that you get, the guidance, the states that you get put into, you become the person and the character that you need to become to make your dreams into your goals. It's simple. Yeah, it's not a course, it's not personal development, we are directing you and teaching you how to be the right person that is going to make your dreams a reality, okay? So sending my love from New Zealand. If you truly want to change, then you know how to reach us. If you truly want to change others, you know what to do now. So sending my love from New Zealand. I'm Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength and the truth, sending you my love. Take care.